بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن والاه أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. وعن معاذ بن أنس رضي الله عنه أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: من كظم غيظا وهو قادر على أن ينفذه دعاه الله على رؤوس الخلائق يوم القيامة حتى يخيره من الحور العين ما شاء. رواه Abu Dawud Tirmidhi wa qala Hadithun Hasan. Hadith number 47 is reported by Mu'adh ibn Anas radiallahu anhu that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said: Man kadhama ghaydan wa huwa qadirun ala ay yunfidha. Whoever restrains his anger when he is able to act upon it. So a person becomes angry, but he controls himself. He restrains himself. And yesterday we mentioned the hadith that this is the strong person. The Prophet ﷺ said, this is the person that's truly the strong one. Not the one who's the best wrestler or the physically strongest, the one who when he becomes angry, he controls himself. He doesn't act upon his anger. So here in this hadith, the Prophet ﷺ says, whoever restrains his anger, he becomes angry and he is able to act upon it. Meaning, the person upsets him, that person is there, he's able to strike the person. He's able to pick a fight. He's able to take out his anger on whoever the cause of the anger is. He's more than able to do it. But what does he do? Man kadhama ghaylan. He controls himself. He keeps it in. He restrains his anger. This person, the Prophet ﷺ said, Da'ahu Allah ala ra'usil khalaiq yawm al-qiyamah. Allah will call him before all of creation and the day of Qiyamah. Before all of creation, Allah will call him as if Allah is boasting about him. As if Allah is saying, this person deserves a special honor. Before all of creation, let this person come forth. Who was he? He's the one who when he was able to act, he didn't. He controlled himself. This shows that this is a special type of strength. This is a special type of strength that one that deserves honoring. And so Allah will call this person before all of creation on the day of Qiyamah, حَتَّى يُخَيِّرَهُ مِنَ الْحُورِ الْعِينِ مَا شَاءَ. Until he will be given the choice of any of the Hurul Ain that he desires. مَا شَاءَ. So in front of all of creation he gets honored, and the next thing that happens, the most beautiful woman of Jannah will be given to him, and he will choose of them whom he pleases and whom he desires. This is the reward of the one who controls his anger when he is able to act upon his anger. Hadith number 48 is from Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu that a man said to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Awsini, Ya Rasulullah, advise me. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to him, La taghdab, do not become angry. فردد مرارا قال لا تغضب لا تغضب رواه البخاري. The man asked for another advice, and he said to him again, do not become angry. And this is because this advice in and of itself contains all types of goodness. Because the Prophet ﷺ understands that anger contains all types of evil, and it leads to all types of evil and calamities. And this person most likely was a person who used to become angry, and become angry quickly. Because the Prophet ﷺ, you will notice if you study the seerah correctly and you go through different ahadith, he would give different people advice. And he would advise people with what they need. If he sees a person is an angry individual, he loses his temper too much, he would advise him on this issue. Another person has a different issue, he would advise him on this issue. And this is what is required of any person who wants to give nasiha. Should give nasiha, especially a nasiha that the person needs. That he is in need of. This is truly loving for your brother what you love for yourself. So in this hadith, Rasulullah ﷺ is saying, do not become angry. Some scholars said this means avoid anything that might lead to anger in the first place. Because anger is something natural. We become angry, but we do not want to act upon the anger. And secondly, we can try to avoid those avenues that might lead to anger. If you know this might make me angry, walk away. You know, this is something that causes me anger, sort it out. So when he said, La taghdab, the scholars differ on what's meant by this. It either means don't become angry, or it means Do not act upon your anger, or it means cut off anything that can lead to your anger. And all of these meanings are good, inshallah. That we should try our best to avoid anger as much as possible, because anger leads to all types of harm and evil. Wallahu musta'an. Obviously, the author Imam An-Nawawi rahimahullah has brought these ahadith, yesterday and tonight's 4 ahadith, into the chapter of sabr. Because a person who has sabr will overcome his anger. A person who has sabr will not be an angry person who is walking with a temper and he's full of rage. This means he's got no sabr. So we have to understand that the opposite of sabr is anger. It's ghadab. And we need to be balanced Muslims. Where if we become angry, we control. This is sabr and this is strength. And this is what we are asked for by Allah Azza wa Jal. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal to grant us the strength to make us of the sabirin. Wa sallallahu ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Subhanak Allahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.